You are staring down the sights, adrenaline dumping into your bloodstream, and your optic window is filled with mud, rain, or lint. You draw, present the weapon, and there is no dot, just dead glass. In a high-stakes encounter, whether on a desolate battlefield or in a dark parking lot, a failed optic is not just an inconvenience, it is a death sentence. The harsh reality of 2026 is that the civilian and law enforcement markets are dangerously flooded with cheap, fragile electronics masquerading as duty-grade equipment. People are actively betting their lives on substandard glass that shatters the moment you have to rack it off a barricade or a boot heel. You need to stop wasting your money on unproven toys. Today I am breaking down the definitive pistol red dots that will actually survive a worst-case scenario. I will walk you through the cold, hard structural engineering, the emitter technologies, and the brutal combat realities these optics were born from. And stick around, because the optic holding the final, undisputed #1 spot on this list entirely solves the catastrophic fogging and debris accumulation problem that 99% of you are currently risking your lives with. Welcome to Gun Tactician. If you value raw data and survival over slick marketing hype, hit that like button, subscribe, and join our community of serious professionals. We do not do fluff here. We do survival. We begin our technical assessment with a piece of hardware that fundamentally redefined the entry point for professional enclosed optics: the Holosun 509TX2. When you hold this optic in your palm, it does not feel like a delicate electronic accessory. It feels like a dense, impenetrable ingot of solid steel, though it is actually crafted from aerospace-grade materials. To be specific, the housing is machined from grade 5 titanium, giving it an unparalleled strength-to-weight ratio. Examining the exact specifications, it features a highly precise 2 MOA dot surrounded by a 32 MOA circle, weighing in at an incredibly light 1.72 ounces. While optics do not possess barrels themselves, understanding the host weapon's ballistics is critical for context. When you mount this titanium vault onto a duty pistol featuring a standard 4-inch coal hammer, forged barrel with a 1-to-10 twist rate, firing NATO specification ammunition at a muzzle velocity of 1,180 feet per second, you are subjecting the optic to extreme G-forces. The internal mechanical linkages in the enclosed nitrogen-purged emitter of the 509T are engineered specifically to absorb that violent cyclic slide velocity without transferring destructive harmonic resonance to the circuitry. Mechanically, the enclosed nature means that the LED emitter is sealed between two panes of glass, completely isolating the projection from outside elements. This design is why we have seen massive adoption of this optic in modern proxy conflicts and domestic law enforcement transitions, where officers operate in relentless rain, snow, and urban grit. In a World War III or grid-down survival scenario, the titanium housing ensures that if you drop the weapon directly onto concrete, the optic will maintain zero. Looking at the financials, the manufacturer's suggested retail price sits at roughly $505. But if you scout the market on platforms like Gunbroker, you can consistently secure a brand new unit for around $430. Stepping into the European theater of mechanical design, we encounter the Steiner micropistol sight, widely known as the MPS. Picking up the MPS is akin to handling a piece of brutalist German engineering. It has the unmistakable, heavy-duty feel of a bank vault door. The specifications reflect this robust philosophy, offering a crisp 3.3 MOA dot and weighing 2.05 ounces. To understand its true capability, picture it bolted to a full-size tactical frame running a 4.5-inch barrel, utilizing a 1 to 9.8 twist rate optimized for stabilizing heavy subsonic 147 grain projectiles exiting the muzzle at roughly 990 feet per second. The recoil impulse of a suppressed weapon system changes the harmonic vibration of the slide, and the Steiner MPS handles this flawlessly through its heavy-duty aluminum construction and unique top-mounted emitter configuration. Mechanically, this true enclosed roof-mounted system prevents the optic's internal components from being crushed from under the weight of external impacts. The nitrogen-sealed cavity completely eliminates internal fogging when transitioning from a freezing environment to a heated interior. Geopolitically, this optic was birthed from the stringent requirements of European counter-terror units, who operate in extreme alpine cold and dense urban structures, where weaponized strikes against door frames are a daily reality. For a civilian operating in a localized collapse, the MPS offers military-grade durability without the extreme proprietary mounting issues of older optics. The MSRP for the Steiner MPS is currently listed at $575, though the actual street price on secondary and surplus markets frequently drops to a highly competitive $400 flat. Shifting our focus to the clandestine side of operations, we must analyze the Holosun EPS carry. The physical sensation of the EPS carry is significantly different from the previous entries. It is not a bulky, oversized brick, but rather a sleek, perfectly contoured shield designed specifically for concealed applications. Digging into the technical data, it provides either a 2 MOA or a 6 MOA dot, depending on your preference, and it weighs an astonishingly low 1.0 ounces. This optic was engineered explicitly for the micro-compact revolution. When paired with a host weapon utilizing a short 3.1-inch barrel with a standard 1-to-10 twist, the muzzle velocity of standard defensive hollow points inevitably drops to approximately 1,050 feet per second. This shorter barrel creates a much snappier, more aggressive recoil impulse compared to full-size handguns. Mechanically, the EPS carry uses a structurally reinforced 7075 T6 aluminum housing with an ultra-low deck height. This incredibly low profile is a massive mechanical advantage because it frequently eliminates the need to install aftermarket suppressor height iron sights, allowing you to co-witness your standard factory irons directly through the enclosed glass window. In the context of the gray man concept during an unpredictable societal breakdown, your primary asset is concealment. You need a weapon system that remains entirely hidden under light clothing, but can be deployed instantly in a lethal force encounter without lint or sweat blocking the emitter. The EPS carry solves the concealed carry debris issue permanently. The factory MSRP commands $400, but savvy buyers on Gunbroker can easily acquire it for around $330. Examining the current standardized issue of the United States military, we turn to the Sig Sauer Romeo M17. Holding this optic feels like gripping a piece of strictly regulated Mil-Spec ordnance. There is a seamless, integrated perfection to it. Looking at the hard numbers, the Romeo M17 features a precise 2 MOA dot encircled by a 32 MOA reticle, weighing exactly 1.5 ounces. This optic does not just sit on a slide, it was mathematically engineered to become one with the M17 and M18 platforms. When integrated onto that specific host, utilizing its 4.7-inch military barrel and a 1-to-10 twist rate, the system is designed to seamlessly handle the military's M1152 overpressure ball ammunition, pushing a 115-grain projectile at a blistering muzzle velocity of 1,320 feet per second. Mechanically, this is a masterclass in modern defense contracting. It features a fully enclosed argon-purged housing using beryllium copper flexures for internal adjustment, ensuring that zero holes through extreme thermal shifts and brutal drop tests. Unlike traditional optics that use fragile top-down screws, this sight mounts from the bottom up into the slide, creating an unbreakable mechanical lock. It also incorporates a proprietary gas deflecting shield to prevent carbon buildup on the lens. Contextually, this is the optic currently deployed with general infantry and special operations forces across the Middle East and Eastern European forward operating bases. It is battle-proven against fine desert silt and freezing trench mud. If you want the exact hardware our troops are trusting their lives to, this is it. The MSRP reflects its government contract nature at $800, but the civilian street price hovers reliably around $650. Returning to the forged legacy of the Open-Emitter kings, we must evaluate the Trijicon RMR-HD. While it is an open emitter, picking up the RMR-HD feels like holding a modernized anvil. It retains the classic, over-engineered, forged aluminum feel that made its predecessor famous, but with significant modernizations. The specifications show a highly adaptable 0.25-inch MOA adjustability for its central dot, weighing in at 1.69 ounces. The true performance of this optic is realized when mounted on the quintessential duty platform running a classic 4.02-inch barrel profile, utilizing a 1 to 9.8 twist to perfectly stabilize standard defensive hollow points exiting the muzzle at an optimal 1150 feet per second. Mechanically, the RMRHD is cut from a single piece of forged 7075T6 aluminum, maintaining the patented owl ear shape that diverts the kinetic energy of a drop away from the glass lens and down into the structural base of the slide. Its most significant mechanical upgrade for 2026 is the forward-facing light sensor. This sensor evaluates the ambient light at the target downrange rather than the light at the shooter's position, ensuring the dot is always perfectly visible, whether you are firing from a dark room into a bright street or vice versa. In terms of real-world application, the RMR lineage is heavily relied upon by the United States Marshal Service and various SOCOM elements. It is the gold standard for open-emitter durability in unpredictable, high-threat law enforcement environments. The manufacturer sets the MSRP at a premium $849. Though extensive searching on surplus sites and Gunbroker will yield a street price of approximately $650. Moving into the realm of absolute, uncompromising structural integrity, we confront the Aimpoint ACRO-P2, affectionately and respectfully referred to by professionals as the Swedish Mailbox. The physical vibe of the ACRO is pure, cold, uncompromising military utility. There are no aesthetic curves here, only hard angles built for war. The spec sheet dictates a sharp 3.5 MOA dot with the entire unit weighing 2.1 ounces. This optic is purpose-built for heavy-duty, overt tactical use. Imagine it riding the slide of a massive offensive handgun equipped with a threaded 5-inch barrel, operating with a standard 1 to 10 twist rate, pushing heavy suppressed fire at an optimal subsonic muzzle velocity of 1,000 feet per second. The ACRO was engineered to withstand the extreme cyclic mass of these heavy, suppressed slide velocities. Mechanically, it operates on a closed tube design. It uses incredibly thick, sacrificial panes of tempered glass at the front and rear, completely isolating the internal LED from the environment. The housing is machined from high-strength aluminum, and the entire system has been heavily upgraded to guarantee an actual continuous battery life of 50,000 hours on a single CR2032 battery, even under extreme temperature fluctuations. Globally, the ACRO-P2 has seen massive adoption by specialized military units and SWAT teams worldwide because it routinely survives direct impacts that would turn lesser optics into a pile of shattered glass and copper wire. It is designed to survive everything from close proximity explosive blasts to being dragged through gravel. The official MSRP is listed at $699, with a very rigid street price that rarely drops below $599 due to overwhelming professional demand. Finally, we arrive at the absolute apex of pistol optic engineering, the undisputed solution to the problems that plague modern shooters. The Trijicon RCR, or ruggedized close reflex. Handling the RCR is like holding the final evolution of aiming technology. It is a literal fortress of forged aluminum. Analyzing the hard specifications, it projects a pristine 3.25 MOA dot and weighs exactly 1.98 ounces. Regardless of whether this optic is mounted on a compact 4-inch concealed carry barrel or a full-size competition 5-inch barrel utilizing a 1 to 10 twist, pushing plus P duty rounds at velocities exceeding 1,200 feet per second, the RCR tracks target transitions with absolute mechanical perfection. What truly sets this optic apart mechanically is its ingenious mounting solution. Unlike every other enclosed emitter on the market that requires weak stacked adapter plates that raise the height over bore and introduce points of failure, the RCR mounts directly to the standard, industry ubiquitous RMR footprint. It achieves this through a patented capstan screw system that locks the optic directly to the slide laterally. The housing is true forged aluminum, not extruded, and features multi-coated, broadband, anti-reflective lenses that provide zero distortion across the entire focal plane. In the context of a World War III or catastrophic grid-down scenario, the RCR is the ultimate sidearm optic. It entirely solves the open-emitter debris problem, it requires zero aftermarket plates, and it is built to outlast the service life of the pistol it is mounted on. It is the definitive duty optic of 2026. Trijicon lists the MSRP at $849, but diligent buyers can secure it on the street market for roughly $645. When the world falls apart and you are forced to rely on the equipment strapped to your belt, marketing slogans and theoretical ballistics mean absolutely nothing. What matters is metallurgical integrity, proven mechanical design, and a track record written in mud and blood of real-world application. Whether you are a sworn officer walking a beat or a civilian preparing for the worst-case scenario, your primary optic is the bridge between your situational awareness and your ability to project lethal force to defend your life. As I have always said, the best tool is the one you trust with your life. Do not compromise on your primary sight. I want to hear from the veterans and the professionals in the audience. Jump into the comments and share your military deployments or real-world law enforcement experiences with the optics we discussed today. Because your ground truth data helps the entire community survive. Stay sharp, stay armed, and I will see you on the next evaluation.